David J. Atwood. I'm the man rocking the Ray-Bans. Very excited to find my Ray-Bans. Couldn't find them after a night of debauchery last weekend. I was sure that it was funny. I was looking around, couldn't find them anywhere, and then I realized that I actually had left them I was wearing a jacket that I wasn't normally wearing, but I wore it to poker night, and they were in the pocket. So silly me. And this is something I learned a long time ago. When something happens and you become emotional about it for whatever reason, you become emotional because something means something. But in our mind, the first thing we do is we start making conclusions. Because that's what we do as humans. We try to figure things out. We try to break things down and find a solution to what the question is in our mind. And so often, we find the solution that makes sense to us. Not the solution that feels good or inspires us. We find the solution that makes sense to us. That's how we are wired. And sometimes that solution is a negative one. And we can get emotional about that. So what I learned a long time ago is if you don't have the actual answer in front of you, the real answer, because sometimes even the real answer feels like a lie. Like even the real answer doesn't fit our own personal narrative of what we think should be happening or what we've been educated to believe should be happening. And it happens a lot when I talk about finance and success and things like that with other people. When I talk about that, people are always looking for, no, it's not that easy. It's not, no. It's a lot more challenging, a lot more difficult than that. It's more complicated than that, Dave. So many people get that emotional trigger response. It's not even an emotional response. That's the wrong word. It's in their mind. That's how the narrative works out. And if that narrative goes against the truth, they will deny the truth more so than they will their own preconceived notion of what should and should not be happening at in that moment. So I couldn't find my sunglasses, so I got emotional. I started thinking I lost them, and I started calling everyone up. I'm like, hey, can you have a look around your car when you drove me home? Can you have a look around your place where we were playing poker? And my first thought was I left them there because that makes sense to me. Because I did check my jacket pocket, I checked the car, I checked the garage, I checked everything I could. And not finding them, it made sense to me that there you go. Made sense to me that I had lost them. And I got emotional. I was like, okay, I was upset at myself. The funny thing is that not being able to find my sunglasses and automatically thinking that I had lost them somewhere it's the narrative that works for me. It's the narrative that works for what I do with my life and how things, work out for me. So I automatically believed that's what happened. I could for a minute imagine that that they were left somewhere else, that they were in another jacket pocket somewhere. That to me wasn't part of my narrative, my idea of what was happening. But what I've learned from the past, my past experience with that, is when I start to feel that emotional, that reason to get emotional and triggered, and start, feeling negative, start thinking about things more. And no. It's like really start thinking, okay, no, I didn't lose them. I didn't drop them somewhere, in my, less than sober state. No, what happened was they are somewhere. We just got to keep looking. I'm not saying I'm above anyone else having a narrative or a preconceived notion of anything. I've been proven wrong many times, and I continue to be proven wrong. But when it comes to things like what we're doing here in Financial Freeway, talking about finances and financial abundance and mindset, what I find really ironic is that same thing is what I've been fighting with all along. It's the same thing when I wrote the book, My Conversations with Keegan. It's the same thing. I was fighting the narrative of it being of his preconceived notions, and not only that, but his parents' preconceived notions as well, because their preconceived notions of what success and abundance was, they believed that that what I was telling him was wrong, and because it didn't fit into their paradigm, their mindset. Their mindset was no. Having a business and getting wealthy and planning for retirement, those are all very complex things, and it's not as simple as Dave Atwood is saying it is. It is that simple, and this is the tough thing I have with doing what I do with Financial Freeway and my conversations with Keegan and other things I'm working on as well. It's trying to break through that same pattern with people. That things like it's safer to have a job working for somebody else than it is to have a business, or RSPs aren't good for you. There's a whole bunch of things, and it's so funny when it gets locked into somebody, especially when they hear this information from someone else they respect that counter to what I'm saying. They will automatically believe the first thing they hear. And when I go in and I start saying, okay, well, let's get your situation figured out with your investments, it's really incredible how hard it is to break through that original mindset that has trained them to be, cautious of people that give them financial advice, and it's to their own detriment. And again, this is what I would have experienced in the past before. Now, going back to the whole thing about my sunglasses, if I had followed along the same path as as I was going on with how upset I was about losing my sunglasses, I would have gotten emotional. If I didn't stop and take a breath and go, no, let's re-examine this again. Let's figure this out. Let's think about it some more. And that's all I ask people to do, is take what I'm saying, take what we're saying here on this channel, think about it, digest it, research it. Don't just take my word for it. And I say this all over again. I am not here to rip anybody off. I am not here to create financial ruin for people. I want everyone to understand, and this is the whole big thing, the thing that no one made me understand when I was young, and that's really what this is all about. But if you are, like I was a kid, it was like, the rich stay rich, the poor stay poor. No one even talked about retirement. No one ever spoke to me about a pension or retirement or savings or investments at all. And I just went paycheck to paycheck, paying bills, scraping by, hoping I had enough money for pizza and a DVD rental that Friday night. It's a shame. And so I'm not trying to, like I say, I'm not trying to rip anyone off. I'm not even trying to make money from you guys. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to get the word out. I'm really trying to get the word out that it is possible to get to a level of financial abundance. It's just a level of abundance. It doesn't have to be finances, because I really truly believe abundance isn't just about money. But I'm asking everyone to take a moment. Don't freak out and think that the lies that you've been told. Not the lies. The story you've been told to protect yourself from risk, to protect yourself from loss. That's like the way I equate this is when I'm talking about finance, I'm talking about, metaphorically, let's say we're talking about love. And I'm telling people, go out there, date, talk to people, introduce yourself to people, network. Go up to that beautiful woman and say hello and talk to her and get to know her. Ask her for her phone number. Get rejected. Getting rejected is part of finding love. And to most people, that makes sense. So when I talk about finances, everyone else in the world is saying, oh, no, don't go looking for love because you'll get your heart broken. And getting your heart broken sucks. It hurts and it's so painful. Don't do it. It is so awful. And I think to myself, well, that's the same thing that people are doing when I say, let me tell you about the finances. Let me tell you what I've learned. Let me tell you about the things that I found out along my journey that people kept from me. And I don't think they kept it on purpose, but they certainly didn't offer it freely. That's what this channel is all about. It's about stopping you for a moment and getting you to think about what I'm saying. Think about it. And really go to that next level. Ask that next question. And it's kind of the same thing I did when I was looking for my sunglasses. I went to that next question. I was like, okay, nobody stole my sunglasses. I did not drop my sunglasses on the ground. I'm smarter than that. I am, even in a bit of a drunken state, I am smarter than that to make sure I didn't lose my sunglasses. So let's keep looking. Let's keep asking more questions. And that's exactly what I did. And that's what I want you guys to do on this channel. I want you to keep asking questions, keep digging, keep pulling away at and I don't want to say lies. That's not the right thing. It's not the right thing. I want you to keep pulling away at the hidden truths, I guess. The things that aren't discussed. Because I'm telling you right now that wealthy parents are telling their wealthy children this stuff. And the regular folks, they don't talk about it because they're too busy scrambling from paycheck to paycheck to problem to actually sit down with their kids and say, okay, let's make a plan. Let's figure out where you want to be, and let's all understand a couple of harsh truths. One day, no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, you are going to have to stop working, and you're going to have to rely on the fruits of your labors. And if you do not create enough abundance in your life to take care of yourself, then somebody else will have to take care of you. That's the truth. And if you do not want to be a sponge on society, and you do not want to be one of those people that's living off of the government dole, and let me tell you something about living off the government or living off of anyone's good graces. When you do that, when you live off somebody else's good graces, they control you. They control the money. They make the rules. And if you don't think so, just wait until you're working for a company, and one of the benefits you get is a company car, and they come up to you and go, guess what? You don't get a car anymore because that's our car. We got to take it back. And also, or if they promised you a car and say, well, we have to sell that car to bring down our asset load, and we're going to give you this cheaper used car to make ends meet. Trust me when I say, when you are living off someone else's good graces for whatever reasons, watch how they control the rules. They control your life. And if you don't want to live like that, if you don't want to be that kind of person, if you want to actually take control, and then, you know what? Ask the questions. Think about the things I'm saying. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, research it. Fact check me. I mean, people do it all the time with me. I'll say something and they'll literally be on Google in front of me fact checking me, which I find really upsetting. But if you don't believe what I'm saying right here, go ahead, pull out your phone, fact check me, check it out, see what I'm saying, research it, go that extra step, and you'll see. And I have so many numbers to back up what I say here. Don't let your narrative, your education, your history, your experience, your culture, whatever it is, hold you back from a life of abundance. That's all I'm saying here. Don't let what you think is happening or what you think should be the right answer, even if it's a negative one, even if it's one that hurts you, Don't let what you think should be right be what controls you. Research, because the last thing I want any of you to do is to look back and go, I wish I knew, or I should have done this. There's an old saying, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today. Let's plant some trees. Anyways, folks, wherever you are in the world, just want you to, if you could, subscribe. That'd be great. Give me a thumbs up. That always helps the algorithm. And make sure to check out financialfreeway23.ca. That's where all the good stuff is. I drop as much as I can when I can. There are always limitations to my, yeah, they closed it again. There's always limitations to my time, and I do prioritize things, of course, just like we all do. There's always that, like I say, you know, somewhere between the ticking funny sound my engine's making and getting my taxes paid. Yeah, that's where my priorities, that's where the things are in life. But as I say, spread the word. Spread the good word. You know, go to financialfreeway23.ca, check out what we're talking about there. But spread the good word. Tell everyone what we're doing here. And if you want, take the information for yourself. Take the credit for yourself. I don't care. All I care about is that we get the word out there so everyone understands that they have a right, an inalienable right to live a life of abundance. Thank you so much, wherever you are in the world today. God bless.